Mark, the historian that I met with yesterday, told me that I need to go to the Inner Temple in London to find out what exactly Thomas Norton did next. First of all, what is the Inner Temple?
So the Inner Temple is a law school, essentially. It was also a place that young men could network, could start to create those connections that would sort of see them through their careers.
So did my ancestor, Thomas Norton, actually come here?
So I have something I want you to have a look at.
Okay. And what is this?
So this is an admission record to the Inner Temple.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thomas Norton. So he came here to pursue a law degree or to make connections?
A little bit of both, yeah. We have to remember that this is also a couple of years into the reign of Mary I, who of course is a Catholic.
Right.
He's, of course, Protestant.
Right.
And nobody really knew which way things were going to go.
So what did happen next?
In 1558, Mary I, Catholic queen, trying to have a child, doesn't and dies. And her half-sister, Princess Elizabeth, came to the throne after her.
Also Catholic, I would assume?
No, Protestant.
Oh my God,
yeah.
you're kidding me.
Yeah,
He must have been...
Yeah, exactly. And we actually have some insight into how Thomas Norton felt about Elizabeth. Let me know what you make of that.
The Tragedy of Gorboduc, written by Thomas Norton.
There you go.
What? So he wrote a play?
Yeah, he wrote a play. Part of practicing rhetoric as a lawyer was to do things like write and perform plays.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
You can see that it was showed before the Queen's most excellent majesty. The message that was in this play was for her.
And what was the message?
You can see that it was showed before the Queen's most excellent majesty. The message that was in this play was for her.
And what was the message?
So the play is about this king, Gorboduc, and this king dies without having decided on which of his two sons should be the heir. And after he dies, there's this bloody wars, civil wars between the two sons because he hasn't chosen an heir. So a play like this might be trying to send her a very particular message.
Which is?
Well, you have to appoint an heir.
Did he feel that strongly about keeping Protestants in power that he felt he needed to write this and to send this message to the Queen?
I think absolutely. I mean, if England remains Protestant, for someone like Thomas Norton, England therefore is saved, right? If it goes back to Catholicism, it's damned.
Have you read the play?
The play is excellent. It's a really interesting play. And there may be a connection between this play, Thomas Norton's play, and Shakespeare's plays, because Shakespeare may have picked up and read this play in print and may have in fact been inspired by it.
Wow.
If you read this play, and if you read some of Shakespeare's plays, especially something like King Lear, you can see that there's probably a connection between the two. But it really all starts here. This is the first English play in blank verse. It's really the first English history play, and it's Shakespeare who, of course, makes the English history play famous.
For whatever reason, I just feel like I feel emotional about this, and I don't know why. To think that my grandfather, Thomas Norton, 12 times great, inspired Shakespeare? What? I just have to wrap my head around this. It just seems, I was not expecting this. And it's just, this feels like a dream. So what did this lead to?
This really allows Thomas Norton to make his mark.
Right.
He's known as an intelligent, well-educated, dedicated Protestant who's willing to speak a truth like this to the people in power.
Right. So what happens after this? Do we know?
Well, there's nothing else of Norton in the Inner Temple records, but I'm going to send you to an Elizabethan scholar, real expert in the period.
Okay. Thank you, Joanne. This is...
No problem.
It's amazing.